guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. For those who don't know me, my name is Kristen Martin. I'm an international Amazon best-selling author, a YouTuber, a podcaster, essentially what you would call a creative entrepreneur. On this channel, you will find tons of different videos, from writing advice, how-to videos, to productivity and time management videos, to behind-the-scenes footage at conferences and events, and just overall designing your day, living your best life, really elevating your lifestyle. If one or all of those things interest you, then make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also click on that little bell. That will send you email notifications to your inbox whenever I upload new videos, which is every single Monday. So today we are continuing the planning workshop from last week. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you go ahead and do that. I will link it up in the cards. In that video, I took you through my entire planning process for how I plan out my year and also my months. So we are going to continue on with part 2 of that workshop, where I'm going to take you through my process for planning out my weeks and my days. Before we get into that, a few announcements. So if you watched last week's video, then you'll know there is a special promotion running right now and a special bonus for the Writing with Intention Greece retreat that is hosted by Kayla Walker, that is taking place this April. I will leave the link to the retreat and all the details in the description box below, so make sure you check that out and see all of this value that you're getting. But for this month only, through January 31st, you can get $500 off the retreat, which is already applied on the website. And if that isn't enticing enough already, you will also get a one-on-one mastermind call with me to plan out your most successful year ever. And that mastermind session is valued at $500. Once you have booked your spot on the Greece retreat, make sure to email Kayla Walker. I will leave her email address in the description box below. Email her with the subject line KM Mastermind, and then make sure you put your first and last name in the body of the email. And that way we can get that mastermind call scheduled and on the calendar. My next announcement has to do with a program that I am launching in 1 week on January 21st at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is a self-study coaching program for creative entrepreneurs called Elevate. And this program is for the creative entrepreneur who is ready to elevate their life by generating passive income through an online business with a unique and special offering. If you'd like to get more details on this program and see if it is the right fit for you, then make sure to check out the link in the description box below. You can also go to my website at thatsmarthustle.com/elevate coaching program. And before Elevate launches, I will actually be hosting a free live webinar training on making it as a creative entrepreneur this Saturday, January 19th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if that is something you are interested in, make sure to sign up via the link in the description box below. And don't worry if you can't make the live training due to prior commitments or maybe time zone differences, because you will receive a replay link via email where you can watch that training at a time that works best for you. Again, everything you want to know is in the description box below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this planning workshop part 2 for planning out your weeks and days. So the things you are going to need include a day planner, which, by the way, I am an affiliate with Erin Condren. That's the planner I use. I've been using it for about 3 years. I use the Erin Condren Life Planner, and I cannot say enough good things about it. There's still time to get yours, and if you want to get $10 off, guess what? Check out the link in the description box below. So you'll need a day planner, you will need highlighters, and this is an optional item and you'll see why at the end of this video, but also access to an electronic calendar like Outlook or Google Calendar, which is what I use. And the last thing you will need is access to an app like Evernote. So that's the one that I use. It is free to download. And if Evernote is not your jam, then you can use something like OneNote or even just the notes function in your phone. First, we will go over how I plan out my week, and then we'll go into how I plan out my days. If you have not watched last week's video, make sure you do that. Otherwise, some of the things we talk about today might be a little bit confusing because all of these mini planning workshops build off of one another. For planning out my weeks, first and foremost, I like to choose a day where I'm actually going to sit down and plan out the week. For me, I have designated Sunday as a planning day, and it's also a self-care Sunday. This is where I take time away from screens, from the internet, from just running my business, and I take care of myself. I focus on me time, and a lot of my me time does include planning out my weeks and getting prepped for the next week. So designate a day where you are going to plan out your week. Once you're actually sitting down to plan out your week, the first step is to choose a focus for the week that is aligned with your yearly intention and theme. So maybe one week I'm a little bit more focused on my health and wellness. Maybe another week I'm more focused on a specific project. Another week could be more focused on my social life and just making sure I'm really nurturing the relationships and the friendships that I have. So once you have your focus that is aligned with your yearly intention and theme, the second step involves highlighters. And that is to assign colors to the things that you are going to be doing throughout the week. To give you an example, I have 6 different colors that I use. Green is for my health, any kind of mindset stuff, meditation, working out, the meals that I'm eating, that all gets highlighted in green. Orange is for any types of events I have going on or doctor's appointments, whether it's a networking event or a conference, or I have to go to the eye doctor, it gets highlighted in orange. Pink is for errands and chores, so if I need to go to the grocery store, run to Walmart or Target, or if I need to clean the house, vacuum, mop, whatever, that gets highlighted in pink. Anything that is highlighted in blue has to do with my business. So whether this is YouTube videos, whether I'm filming, editing, uploading, creating the content, batching the content, podcasting, anything to do with website design, that all gets highlighted in blue. I usually reserve purple for a specific project that I am working on. So for example, for this month, purple has been assigned to Elevate as I am wrapping up all of the different things for this program that is launching next week. And yellow I use for anything that is extremely urgent, something I have to get done that day or need to get done by the end of the week. Urgent. And then my third step in planning out my week is to mark everything down in pencil first. So I look at all the things I need to do and I'll write those down in pencil, and then I'll kind of go into the things I want to do or kind of the nice to have, nice to do sort of things, and write those down in pencil as well. And the reason why I do it in pencil is because of my type A personality. I don't want to write it in pen and then end up not doing it. So I go over everything in pen in my daily process, which is what we're going to get into right now. So for my daily planning process, I like to use my day planner and my highlighters and a pen. And then I also like to have Google Calendar and Evernote kind of off to the side, and I'll kind of explain the electronic process I go through, but we're going to talk about the physical planning process in my planner right now. So for daily planning, on the designated day that you are planning out your week, that night is when I like to make a to-do list. And that's where Evernote comes in handy. If you want to write it down on a physical piece of paper, that's fine too. I personally like to use the Evernote app to keep track of my to-do list. And again, I like to do this on Sunday because I make my to-do list the night before. If that doesn't really work for you and you want to have a fresh set of eyes go over everything in the morning, that's great too. I like to do mine on Sunday because I've just planned out my entire week. So I know exactly, I'm in that frame of mind and I know exactly what it is I need to get done on Monday. So I like to make my to-do list the night prior. So that's step 1. Once you've made your to-do list, step 2 is then to obviously go throughout your day, mark off those boxes on your to-do list and get things done. But this is where your pen comes in handy because I actually like to update my planner 3 times a day in pen. So I have 3 stopping points throughout my day: at noon, at 5 p.m., and at 9 p.m. So at 12 p.m., I will sit down and I will assess how I spent my morning, and I'll write everything down in pen. And then at 5 p.m., I'll do the same thing, from 12 to 5, what did I get done? I'll write everything down in pen. And then from 5 p.m. onward to 9 p.m. when it's around bedtime and I'm starting to wind down, I'll do the same thing and actually write down all of the things that I achieved and what I spent my time doing. Now, sometimes this doesn't always happen and I'm really in flow and I only update my planner once a day, which tends to be at night. But I find if I do this, I sometimes forget some of the things that I've done. That's why the to-do list on my phone is so handy, because I can go back through and see what I've checked off and update my planner with everything that I have achieved. So then at night, around that 9 o'clock check-in point, that's also when I'll take all of my highlighters and I will highlight each of the tasks in its respective category. And it also shows me where I spent most of my time. So if there's a lot of blue in my day, that means it was a very business-oriented day. I was doing a lot of content creation or a lot of editing for podcast episodes and YouTube videos. If, it was mostly purple, that means that I was really heavily working on a certain project. What I strive for is to have my days look mostly like this. I like to be focused on my business, focused on projects, and also focused on my health. If I find there are too many of these colors, because this is the urgent stuff, this means I've been procrastinating and I should have done this the week before or the month before. This means I have appointments, and those are normally doctor's appointments. Sometimes the events that fall under this orange category are really good and can kind of go along with this blue marker, but a lot of the time it's just your basic appointments. And then of course, if my day is mostly pink, that means I was just out of the house all day, running errands, doing chores. So anytime my days are heavily these colors, I know I need to make a change and kind of reset the balance, so that way I can include more of these colors, because these are my true value add content creation. These are like my passionate colors. These are like, oh, I have to adult and do life colors. So once you've done everything in your planner and you have your to-do list and all of that, this is optional, but then you can use an electronic calendar if you want to. I don't put everything that's in my day planner into my electronic calendar or into Google Calendar. If I did that, I feel like all I would be doing is planning and I would never get anything done. But I do use Google Calendar to put in very specific events or appointments or just the routine that I want to have throughout the day. Because what I like to do is set a reminder for each of those things. Since I do have an Apple Watch, everything from Google Calendar is synced to my watch. So it kind of keeps me on track. I tend to get really invested in what I'm working on, and it can be very difficult for me to tear myself away. I tend to lose track of time a lot. So when I have this watch lighting up and reminding me, oh, you haven't gotten up in X amount of hours, maybe it's time to go for a walk, or you have a scheduled workout, or oh, this was highlighted in yellow, you need to get this done. That's what I like to use my Google Calendar for. It's really just for reminders of things that are very important that I need to get done, and also just my basic routine and how I want my day to look. My day planner actually has what I truly achieved and accomplished. So my day planner is almost like a diary, and Google Calendar is there for just, hey, this is how you want your ideal day to look, this is the routine you should follow, and how much time you should be spending doing certain things. So here's a reminder, get up out of your chair and go for a walk. So that is it for this second planning workshop. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up to support my channel, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Don't forget to check out the links in the description box below for the Greece retreat in April, for my new coaching program for creative entrepreneurs called Elevate, and also to sign up for that free live webinar training this Saturday. You can also find links to all of my books, podcasts, courses, all that kind of stuff in the description box below. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you in next week's video. Bye.